User entered your channel. Channel switched. User joined your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel. User left your channel.
Seven one is on frequency.
Roger that.
Hello, Noah. And then you must be Jeroff, I assume.
You would be correct.
Well, nice to meet you.
User
Nice to
disconnected
meet you
from your
too.
channel.
Hey, Ethan. Zane, I believe you left your Jayhawk unlocked. Let's see.
That would not have been me. I hadn't pulled my Jayhawk out earlier.
Oh. I might go despawn it then.
Oh my god, I have no... Oh.
I agree. I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh my god.
User joined your
This is
channel.
pissing me off today. It's just been buggy as hell.
User joined your
I
channel.
just want my new computer.
I just want to be able to see my damn cursor so I can click save name, damn it!
I want to be able to plan and... Wait, won't I have to buy an operating system?
Yes, but you can go to Kingwin for like 30 bucks or something.
You serious, bro?
I mean, otherwise
Actually,
you can spend like over $100 on an operating system OEM, but that's just gonna be way more than needed.
What do you mean operating system OEM?
I mean, you can buy it directly from Windows, or you can buy a key
that's dumb.
sold from, say, Kingwin, which is a website where people save, they get like a student price on a Windows key, and then they go and resell
And then
it.
sell it.
You can get it for a lot cheaper. That's the Windows I have on my computer.
Yep, that's
The same
what I did. It's the
the
same
same
exact
exact-
thing.
Cheaper?
Yes, yeah, it's the same exact thing. It's just they used a student discount to buy it instead, or they used a student discount and it was on sale, and they just buy a bunch of those keys and then sell them with a little bit of markup and then make a bunch of money. But people want them because free market, yay!
More money you gotta spend.
And it's not like it's illegal.
Is it like... Is that the last thing I need for my computer as an operating system?
Do you not have?
Should
How
be.
are you playing this without an operating system?
I'm talking about my new one, not this one.
Oh, I mean, did you build? Oh, you built it from scratch?
Yeah.
Why don't you just take the Windows you have on that computer and put it on the other one if you're getting rid of the
I'll go
computer?
double check this Jayhawk. Is this Jayhawk you're talking about, the one's unlocked?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go double check and make sure it isn't mine, but I'm like 99% sure it's not. The only other pilot that's been online today has been Kevin Sykes. But
If
when I
not,
looked at it,
then
it
just
was
like-
locked, because I checked it earlier when I was on.
Wait, so... How can I transfer my... you can go, Zane. How can I transfer this operating system to my new one? Windows 10.
User joined your channel. User left your channel.
Yep. Nope. I can't lock it, so it's not mine. Seven one to Mr. Bourne. You on frequency?
Yes, sir. I'm currently on the T intersection at Apple picking and proceeding to Coast Guard base as fast as I can.
Copy
Legally,
that.
of course.
I'm spending so much money on this computer, it's insane.
Hold on, let me look at what a Windows key costs currently on Kingwin or GTA.
Yep, that's
G2A.
not my it's not mine.
I think it's Kevin's.
That's my guess. I believe he was the only
Copy
other
that.
pilot who was around.
So Zane, by the on the 20th, I'm going to buy the SSD drive. I am going to buy the case. I am going to buy the CPU cooler, and The fan hub system.
I would hold off on the fan hub system unless if you just want to get it. You might not need it. Well, shit, actually,
OEM
that
key on
computer
King one
has.
right now is $30.
Yeah, that's about how much I paid for mine.
Yeah, let's say it's pretty cheap. I would just do that.
Compared to like 120 to 170 from
Yeah,
Windows
it's fucking
directly.
expensive.
I mean, and I haven't had any issues
That's
with
professional
mine.
too. I mean, that's everything you need, or everything like it comes with Office and shit too, so you don't have to buy that stupid shit.
There's no difference. There's like no difference between.
There's
the two.
absolutely no difference.
They are
It is the same key.
110% legitimate keys. It's just they bought them on like a student discount or something and then resold them.
They
I
get
do that
trouble
with
for
game keys. No, it's perfectly
214
legal.
approaching base in the white.
You're just
Charger.
selling if you don't activate it, you're just selling something you own. It's like if I come up to you and say,
Hello, sir.
Evening,
Get your ID here real quick.
sir. Seaman Born.
Alrighty.
Thank you very much.
Because like I've already I spent probably by all said and done without the $30, I'm probably gonna be spending like 13 to 1400 on this computer. And when max,
confused that you didn't already know that one. Do you not buy your Steam games on G2A or like King One or something like that?
I buy them all on Steam.
G2A for some
Cool.
reason has an issue with my. It never wants to accept my payment. Half the time it comes back with an error and tells me, "Oh, try again later." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
That's weird. What are you
Yeah.
using to pay for it?
I usually go through PayPal to pay for stuff on G2A just because it's easier. But it doesn't matter
Yeah,
if I
I do
put my
PayPal.
credit card in there, if I put my PayPal in there, and it just doesn't work. Sometimes
No,
it will,
it
or
won't
like
for
it'll
your
let me
cookies,
buy
to be
like
honest.
2 games, and I go to buy a third, and it says, "Nope, not gonna happen."
It's weird.
Yeah. But usually the discount on G2A is not too much anyway. On some games, sure. Like if you missed a sale on Steam or something, then you can probably find it for pretty cheap on G2A. But aside from that, like you're not going to get a brand new game for much of a discount.
You got the
Alrighty.
wrong vest, Jake.
Hello.
What?
User
Do you
joined
see
your
Jake?
channel.
Because I don't see Jake.
He's right next to you.
He's right, literally right here.
What the hell?
That's weird.
Yeah. Just add that to the list of issues I've been having with this damn island lately.
Yeah.
Hello, invisible person I'm supposed to be training. I can't see you.
Wait,
He's
did you
not there anymore.
Did you make your own computer, Geralt, or no?
I upgraded one that I made beforehand, but yeah, I made both of them. You can get them a lot
So-
cheaper than that, than what you're building it for. You might want to like, what kind of computer are you using now? Is it like a laptop or something?
There's nothing I can save from this computer.
He has an
Oh, okay,
AMD 8300 FX and I think a GTX 7. What was it? 760T or 760?
How are you playing this?
User disconnected from your channel.
The only thing I
Listen.
think he could possibly salvage would be the RAM, except for his RAM is DDR3. So no new motherboard's gonna accept that.
Yeah, you need a DDR4 at least. Yeah. Secondary Quantico.
Oh yeah, that's the new Quantico. Yeah, look at. I'm gonna send you this. This is. I don't know if this is my new one right there. This is the. Well, besides, the both memories, I'm only buying the 16 gigabyte one. I just had the other one in there just in case if I wanted to go cheaper, but I'm not.
Oh my god, this is so fucking frustrating.
I know. I looked.
I don't think you can see.
I think you might be able to wear that vest, but like I thought you were supposed to wear that one. Oh, all right. No, I wasn't sure.
I legitimately can't see my cursor, so I'm watching my GoPro, trying to like wait for it to catch up, and then move the mouse, and then try to click it, so I can save your name.
See that link I sent you, girl?
Hold on, let me check.
Oh, now I see Jake. That is the correct vest for crew.
I thought there was a different
Are you
one.
sure you're wearing the correct vest? Because last time I checked, that's search and rescue.
I am search and rescue. Coast
I
Guard
retract my
search and
statement.
rescue.
I heard there's new uniforms, like green uniforms, which is way better than this one. I mean, orange ones. Jay has had it on yesterday.
He's
Why do you have two
That's-
different RAM in there?
well, pretty much what happened was I was gonna go cheaper and buy the 8 gigabytes, but then I was like, yeah, never mind, because I don't think I'll even be able to run it without it overheating or like filling up.
I don't think. See, okay, maybe you can word this better than I can, Jeroff, but like right now, if I looked at my RAM is running over 8 gigabytes because I have 16. But if you had 8 gigabytes, it's not going to be that big of a bottleneck to only have 8. It's just going to use more because I have more available.
Yeah, RAM is not as important as you'd think it is. 8's slowly becoming kind of outdated, so I would get 16 anyways. But
well, what I was
Yeah.
saying was for
In the future, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get both of them. Because my processor has 4 slots for
motherboard.
and
I'm about to say that might be kind of a bad idea.
See, what I was saying was go ahead and get the
8 gigabyte RAM on mine yesterday.
What I was saying was go ahead and get the 8 gigabytes first for cost saving measure because your
Yeah.
motherboard has 4 RAM slots. You can put the 2 8 gigabytes in there, get 2 more 4 gigabyte sticks later, and then have a total of 16 running in 4 different channels, which will run better than 2 times 8.
That's what I was saying. You actually will create a bottleneck by buying both of them and putting them in there because they're all different what do you call it? Different sizes for the two. I mean, even though they'll be in the same channel, they won't be used as readily as the 2 4s or the 2 8s. Does that make sense?
I was saying buy 2 4s and then later buy the other 2 4s, then all 4 slots will be filled up for a total of 16.
Neither of us are good at this.
Jero, what
Yeah.
rank are you?
Chief Petty
CPO.
Officer.
Oh, you're not on the roster.
He's on reserve seaman.
Yeah, very bottom. They haven't updated it yet.
Like yeah,
User
so the
joined
only
your
thing I
channel.
haven't that I don't have in my so the only things that I haven't bought, which everything is going to be bought by the 20th of this month.
For some reason, it has
besides-
me weirdly as port security. I don't know why that.
Everything is going to be bought by the end of this month, besides the CPU and the memory. Those are the only 2 things.
You could go with a Ryzen and do a bit better than that.
I got the Ryzen 3 1200 and overclocked it at 3.9, but are
you saying the Ryzen's better than that Intel?
It's comparable. I would say it's about the same.
Yeah, if you got the Ryzen 7 or the Ryzen
User
5
left your
even and
channel.
overclocked it,
And I thought we compared. I thought the Intel was like a little bit better on that thing.
compared to mine's the Ryzen 3 1200. I'm saying if you got a Ryzen 5 or a Ryzen 7 CPU, but either way you're going to be doing well.
That's not the case. That's not the case. The case that I'm getting is not on the on the thing. So here else, like
Anyways.
we think. All right. So do you like Ralph, do you know like cases if they're how to tell if they're compatible with like motherboards or no?
You ever see mid ATX or something like that?
Yeah. I just sent you the link for that one. This is the one I'm getting.
He's getting a mid tower with a full ATX motherboard. To my experience, the only
should be
thing that's
fine.
not compatible with a
Is it
mid
compact
tower
case?
is going to be well, some cases won't support micro ATX, but mainly an extended ATX motherboard won't fit into a mid tower. You have to get a
The
full tower.
Yeah, but who the hell gets the extended?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know they existed until I looked it up earlier.
I thought those I didn't know they were still made, to be honest.
Like so, what can I? All right, so like that case comes with 4 fans already, 3 in the front. Wait, actually, yeah, 3 in the.
There's 3 in the front, 1 in the rear. You should be fine.
No, and there's okay, I'm right.
That doesn't mean that
probably
you
two on
don't need a
top.
CPU cooler because the CPU cooler pulls heat directly off of the chip.
No, okay. If you're about to talk about CPU cooler, you definitely need that. Like that's attached to the motherboard.
I have another. I already ordered another case.
Attached to the CPU. Sorry.
I'm buying the CPU cooler on the 20th in a couple days. I already have I have another case fan. Can I even use that or? No.
No.
That case I believe has exhaust ports out the top. You can put that fan in there. But if you would have said you were going to get that case originally, I wouldn't have given you that extra fan because the case
I'd
I
say I
originally
wouldn't
sent
suggest
you,
it.
you needed an exhaust fan because it had two in the front and that was it. But since
I'd say that one looks like it's got great airflow.
oh yeah, that new case with the LEDs and everything with the 3 in the front and the 1 in the back, you wouldn't need an extra case fan. But I believe
what I'm
there's
saying.
either 2 or 3 slots in the top of the case that you can put
Because
that fan.
I was looking at the specifications, and it says the cooling system. It says there's 3 times 120 millimeter fans, which is optional. Like, I guess I could maybe put something up there on the top. I don't know. I mean, like that thing will never overheat then, probably.
And even with just the 3, it would never
User
overheat.
joined your channel.
And sir,
Yeah.
do you want to start with the training?
Yeah, sorry, I'm fighting with this lack of cursor I have right now, trying to like
No
click
problem.
things without being able to see what I'm clicking.
I misunderstand your problem currently. What
Okay,
is
so
causing
like,
your issues?
wait, Zane, will
I have no
still
idea.
need that thermal compound or no?
Yes, well, okay, so
I mean, it should come with thermal
the
compound.
CPU fan should come with thermal compound, but I'm not positive if the Hyper 212 Evo does or not. Either way, that
I'm not
thermal
either.
compound will be better than the thermal compound that comes with it. And for $5, I mean,
Yeah,
bought
don't
it,
cut
right?
corners on thermal compound, because you make sure when you do it on there, you put it in a P shape, a small P. When you
anyway,
put it on
yeah,
the
let me go grab my
CPU.
Jayhawk.
This is my. I have all these expensive computer parts, and I don't even know how to put this thing together. Like,
It's like Legos for adults, I'm telling you.
I was literally going into that. I was about to say I could teach a 12-year-old how to do it in 2 minutes, because you can't fit the wrong parts together.
All the cords are labeled, and they won't
And
fit
they
where they're
even
not
have
supposed to go.
They have circle, rectangle, and triangle.
Alright, sir, do you mind if I start up the helicopter? You know, I just wanted to get a feel of it.
Yep, that is part of it. I'm just trying to find the retrieve button.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why my cursor will not show up. So I'm having to like watch my GoPro through my phone and wait for it to catch up so I can see where my cursor's at and try and click the button.
You should turn off delay. That is the case.
You
You
might
know how-
feel, but definitely
We'll go
look
to
at the YouTube
support
video. Any of
eventually.
them will work for you because they're all basically the same thing. It's just,
how are you when you put your first together?
huh?
How are you when you put your first computer?
How old was I?
Like, yeah. How old were you?
13.
You're like nervous?
No, well, yeah, I was nervous at the time. Then I realized.
Holy shit, we did it.
Yay!
And I realized it was like
It's
literally.
fireworks to celebrate that as well.
We're riding with you. We're bored. Hey,
Let me
Zane,
just
you
move it
mind
over
if
to
we ride with you?
helipads and I'll put it back to
Oh,
default.
Alright, you put it back. Wait, what?
Zane, you mind if we ride with you? We're bored.
We're putting him through pilot training, so you may die.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
never
Oh,
mind.
don't worry, I'm a good pilot. I'm a good pilot. Don't
I'm
worry.
good. Last time I went
Good
to
pilot.
pilot training, I died.
Actually, I will go ahead and have you start her up, since once I move it over to the helipad, it's gonna be in a hot
By
start.
pilot training, do you mean he's never
He's
flown?
flying. He's flying.
Oh, I
It's his
have.
first
Of
time.
course I
His first
have.
time flying.
He's probably flown,
No.
just
Okay.
not Jayhawks.
I have actually yesterday. Jay let me fly a bit. Alright, I'm
Okay.
starting it up.
Alright,
Don't
do you already
trust
know
it.
the sequence and everything?
Sir?
Whatever. If I die, it's up to you.
Don't take off yet. Let me go ahead and get us onto ATC frequency.
Oh gosh.
You know what's nice about this? We're doing it at night too.
User left your channel.
Shoot.
Where's the ECS start?
This is
It
actually-
is.
ECS start. Yep, it's
I got it, don't worry.
okay.
I got it. APU generator. Then ECS start off.
What?
Fuel pump.
What is it doing?
Vision lights.
I believe in you.
Why is
Lights. Oh.
I gotta get out first. Hold on.
Cockpit lights.
Now get in.
And yeah, I'm ready to
There
turn the
you go.
engine on. Wait for your. I'll wait for your.
Oh man. Wait, can I?
All right,
can I
I'm just gonna
start
go ahead
putting it together right now? Oh,
have
why
you,
does it keep kicking me
do
out?
this. Go ahead and hold down your E muscle, go to More Options, and then go to Use Transponder.
It literally just.
You're going to
keeps
want to
Come
set
over
that
here,
to
come over here.
7777.
Go to the door. Oh wait, no, not this door.
That is the
All right.
United States Coast Guard. Basically, that transponder will
Yeah.
Sit in
coordinate
seat
with
6,
what's
you
in
see
the
over there?
ATC tower, so they will know if it says
See 6,
7777 on the radar, that is a Coast Guard
Yeah.
vehicle.
Alright, yeah, Jay told me that already. Forgot to do that though. Thanks for reminding.
Okay.
Don't press the
Alright, it's on
buttons.
quadruple 7 now. I'm ready
Okay.
to start the engine. Waiting your orders.
Go ahead and press your Alt P muscle and set the radio frequency to 126.
26, yes sir.
Like, do you? All right. So you think with that computer I could like run any game? Talking to you, Gareth, while they're doing this.
Alright, radio frequency set.
Okay. During this portion, I will go ahead and communicate with ATC. However, I do not think that we're going to have any ATC on at this time.
There's actually 2 ATCs on.
Oh, all right then. Well, then hopefully we'll get somewhere with this.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're on duty, but
Yeah, we're gonna shut up for a second so you guys can talk.
yeah, quiet kids. Parents are talking.
I will shoot you.
I dare you.
You love semen.
You probably won't
princesses?
hit me.
Zane, you should probably tell him that I will shoot him.
I don't know
Yeah,
you,
right.
so I think he's
I've-
liable to probably shoot you.
Oh,
you know how
I
many
like-
people I've shot
you know.
out of this helicopter? Or out of a Jayhawk?
Oh well, you know how many I shot out of the Jayhawk?
You do know I'm MSRT, right?
You know I'm aviation, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say. Like,
I'm AST trained.
ooh,
Yeah,
so am I.
can't beat that.
We
AST
used
too.
they used to only AST train MSRT. Like,
Well,
Lubbock Chad, this is Charlie Golf 6046 requesting spool up and takeoff from Coast Guard base. We will be repositioning to the helipads.
I just withdraw my statement.
User
There is no
left your
ATC.
channel.
Okay. Well, by SOPs, you're supposed to try 3 times and then advise Lubbock airspace. So I will continue on with that, even though most of the time we know if there's nobody there, we'll try twice, and if we don't get any response, it's just advising. Lubbock Tower, this is Charlie Golf 6046 requesting spool up and takeoff from Coast Guard base. We will be repositioning to the helipads. Lubbock airspace, be advised, Charlie Golf 6046 will be airborne over CG base, repositioning to helipads. Go ahead and start her up.
Yes, sir. Where's the ignition? Over there. Right.
Okay, make sure that you press your L muscle and turn on your lights. Get your cockpit lights on, you got those already, and make sure your collision lights are on, since it is nighttime. Which terrifies me, by the way, training somebody at night.
that's
Collision
why I
lights
was like,
are on,
oh,
right?
this is not great.
I don't
Second,
see the perimeter lights on, but they
Oh,
have a
turn them on
tendency to
again.
not work properly.
I turned them on again. They're off. The engines are off now. Did you turn them off?
Alright, yeah, I see them now. Go ahead and spool her up.
The engine just turned off for me for some reason.
Alrighty, let me see.
Oh god, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let me figure out what the hell's wrong with this thing.
More gents. I have a helicopter pilot license. Should be
We're
good.
starting? We're starting, okay.
You want me to take control?
Yep. Go ahead and actually, let me move it over to helipads, and we'll start from there.
Gotcha.
I'd preferably like to wait till it's daytime, but there is some other things that I need to reference. You're the first person I've trained, so I need to reference the documents and make sure I'm not going to miss anything.
No problem.
Just make sure we're always over the water. That'd be great.
Not necessary. I think I'm good over land.
Well, part of the first day of training is you'll have to do some circuits.
Yeah. Oh.
You'll be taking off over from CG base, clearing the towers over there, and then you'll be going down runway 7, taxiing, and taking off, coming back around to landing here.
Yeah, just tell me as I proceed to do so.
This is where the perfectionist in me really screws me over because I end up taking forever to
Yeah.
land because I want to get right on the 8.
When I used to land, I would always like spend about an hour landing just to be
Right.
100% in the circle.
All right, we'll just call it good right there because I'm not going to dick with it right now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut the engines.
Sir?
That way, I can show you the hot start procedure. Because once you cut the engine off, you just hit the ignition switch when you get out. It will reset some other switches, and there's a separate procedure that you have to do in order to start it up
User
that
joined
way.
your channel.
A separate one?
It's well, really, it's just part of the cold start procedure. Slight
Alright.
variance, but basically the same idea.
We help out?
Nope, you're good to stay in. I'm just reading through this document real quick, making sure that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. By the way, I have like an hour time. Just saying. Don't want to be pushy or something like that. But about an hour, yeah. Till my mom comes home.
An hour should be enough to get through this first day's worth of stuff. It's real basic with this.
Right, thank you. Yep. Back.
Okay, so with your co-pilot training, you've
User
already
joined
learned how
your
to start
channel.
up. You've demonstrated that you are capable of starting up the aircraft yourself. Do you know
Crash it?
the... What was that?
We crash it.
What?
Asked if we crashed yet.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
no,
I
we're
was
good.
out of my head doing a support thing.
Anyway, you've demonstrated that you know how to start up the aircraft from a cold start position. Are you aware of the verbiage to use when you're communicating with the tower?
So, words, Charlie Golf 6044, yeah, spooling up on helipad 3 Coast Guard base, departing direction west, like that.
Departing
No, I have not
direction
learned.
west would put us going towards
behind
Lubbock.
us.
Technically, yeah, you'd be going behind us, but generally I say southbound sea and I take off over our vendor over there. But that is neither here nor there. So you've
Hello,
already been
Fox.
assigned a
Hi.
call sign.
Congrats.
Um,
I was wondering.
Charlie Golf 6041.
I'm like, who the heck is that?
I did have my vest, and then I woke up, and now I don't have my vest, so I'm just going to buy one.
Well, they recently.
Commander's here.
I think they removed a couple of the older ones.
Well, yeah, but I had this one. I'd already got the new one, and.
Oh.
Alright, so what you want me
Alright,
to say
okay.
when I take off? Charlie Golf 601. So, Charlie Golf 6041.
well, okay.
Pulling up on helipad 3 Coast Guard base, and then Charlie Golf 6041, taxiing to runway 07 via taxiway
User
via
left
Coast
your
Guard.
channel.
That's close. The one thing that is
User entered
glaring
your
out to me
channel.
is that you're always going to want to request and wait for a confirmation from the tower. That way, if somebody else is already in the airspace, we're taking off of, what is it, 3-0 coming this way? Or no, 2-5 rather. If they're
User in
taking
your
off from
channel
2-5, they
timed
will be
out.
coming directly over the helipads if they fail
Sorry,
to break
my
left.
TeamSpeak just lost connection. What were you saying? Jeez.
You're always going to want to request from the tower. Once the tower responds and says you are clear, then you can go ahead. The only time you will be advising is if you're on Unicom, which means there is no ATC currently in the tower. There's no FAA on duty to give you
ATC
clearance.
frequency. Yeah, ATC frequency is 125, correct?
125 is ground, 126 is air. However, the 125 frequency has been taken out of their SOPs, or out of the public SOPs. So 126 is what you will default to for the time being. I'm hoping they'll reinstate ground soon, but at this point, you'll ask for everything on 126.
User joined your channel.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Charlie Golf 60401 requesting spool up on helipad 3 Coast Guard base.
For
And,
today,
yeah.
I'll go ahead and handle the ATC verbiage just so you can get used to kind of hearing it. I know you've been up with Jay before, so you probably have some experience with
Once.
dealing with it. If you have a civilian license, then you've dealt with them before. Essentially, the way it's supposed to go is with a ground frequency active, it'll be Lubbock ground. This is Charlie Golf 6046 requesting spool up on a helipad. For in this case, would be, what are we on?
Lubbock ground, this is
3?
Charlie Golf 6046. Requesting spool up on helipad 43 Coast Guard base.
Be on helipad 3. Yes. When you say Charlie Golf 6046 or whatever your call sign is, Charlie Golf is the phonetic
Guardian.
alphabet for CG or Coast Guard.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when they hear Charlie Golf, they know it's Coast Guard base. Because we're the only ones who are going to be requesting spool up on a helipad, unless if they're
Yeah.
like at their house somewhere. And then after, ideally they would come back with Charlie Golf 6046, this is Lubbock ground. You are cleared to spool up on helipad 3. Then you can go ahead and turn it on, get it spinning, and then you'll switch over to 126, say Lubbock Towers, Charlie Golf 6046, requesting hover taxi, departure from helipad 3 along runway 7. That's going to tell them that you want to become airborne off of helipad 3 at Coast Guard base. You'll be hover taxiing to runway 7 and taking off there for direct departure. A lot of the time, that's ideally. Every pilot does it a little bit differently. Some pilots prefer to take off and land from a runway. Me personally, most of the time, I just break off towards the sea and go up the coast because that's the easiest and safest way to do it. But you need to know how to call them in the case that you are coming in on a runway.
Yeah.
So again, that'll be Lubbock Towers, Charlie Golf 6046, requesting hover taxi departure from helipad 3 along runway 7 for direct departure. I have all this information in a file I will send to you. If you don't get it from me tonight, remind me and I will send it to you.
Alright, roger.
And then also on the way back, you'll want to update the air traffic controller as to your whereabouts. Generally, I try to give them warning on approach about 2 to 3 nautical miles out, and then I will tell them I'm coming on my final approach at 1 nautical mile out, and then once you've landed on the ground, you will set your transponder to standby, and then let them know that you are wheels down. That will let them know that you are out of the airspace and no longer need to be tracked. Let me double check here, make sure I'm not missing anything.
They're running. They're 2 ATC, but there are none of them on.
Yeah, that's a common thing with FAA. They'll be on the island, but they won't be on duty. Or they'll be on duty and directing air traffic from, their house. Okay, so as far as hot start, we're going to go ahead and get it spooled up here again, and then you can do a few circuits. Here, I know you're pressed for time, so I'm trying to make this quick for you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay,
All right,
so for the hot start procedure, meaning after it's moved to the helipad, whenever you get out all you need to do if you're going to remain on the base or available on duty, you'll just flip the ignition switch. That will turn off the Jayhawk, and you can get out. Make sure you always lock it.
Should I do that right now?
No, the ignition switch is already off, so you're good where that's
Yeah.
concerned. And then once you get back in, we get a call, whatever, and we need a Jayhawk to go up. You'll get back in, then, okay, follow along with what I tell you here. You will switch the fuel pump.
Wait 1 second. Fuel pump. Should I do it right now?
Yes. ECS start. You'll go to the APU generator.
User left your
Second.
channel.
Back to the ECS start again. Then you will hit the fuel pump again. And you're back to ignition.
Let me ignite.
Yep, go ahead and spool up here. Don't take off quite yet.
Ignited, nothing happened. Try again. Again.
Well, that's interesting. Let me see.
It says APU is off. How do I
APU
turn
is
it on?
off. Okay. Yeah, turn the APU generator.
ECS is not on APU boost. What the fuck? Okay. Try again. This is fucking confusing.
Yeah, usually it works okay, but once one thing's screwed up, it becomes kind of a hassle to get it going again. From this point, whenever it starts throwing errors at you and tells you that it's just not going to work, what I usually do is I go back and I'll hit the fuel pump, hit ECS, basically go through the hot start procedure again, go APU generator, ECS start, fuel pump, and then hit the ignition, and it should start. Yep. Okay.
I did. Oh.
So all I did there was
Okay.
I went through the startup procedure again, because generally if
Yeah.
you go from the start of the hot start procedure, if you hit something and it gives you an error, then it'll tell you exactly what's wrong. So there, you are started up here. I'm going to go ahead and let the Lubbock air traffic know that we will be doing some circuits. Once I tell you, what I want you to do is lift off from the helipad. You will go slowly over towards the airfield. You'll want to clear the little posts that are coming out of the ground over there, and then come back down. You'll be taking off from runway 7. Ideally, you'd like to stay 30 meters from the ground or lower. However, 50 is perfectly acceptable. You want to maintain a consistent rate of speed, and then once you hit the hangars, you will gain altitude and brake right towards the ocean.
I have a question. Do you want me to go over the Jayhawk on our left or on the road on the left of it?
It will be perfectly fine if you just go over the apartments here ahead of us. However you want to do it, you don't have to taxi all the way through the base.
Alright. So I go over there and then I go into runway 07 and then I touch down there and then I start taking off again.
You're not going to touch down. You'll just
Alright.
Get within 50 meters of the ground, keep a consistent speed. Once you hit, you'll see hangars on your right, then you will gain altitude and break off towards the ocean on your right.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions?
Oh, sir.
Lubbock Airspace, be advised. This is Charlie Golf 6046. We will be airborne over CG base, requesting hover taxi departure from helipad 3 along runway 7. Even I screwed that up because I started off with Unicom and ended up going into the tower like requesting, like, hey, somebody's going to respond and be like, oh yeah, you're good.
Alright, so I'll just take control?
Just for a better example, since I screwed that up, I'm going to repeat that.
Alright, no problem.
Lubbock air traffic, be advised. This is Charlie Golf 6046, departing from helipad 3 along runway 7 for direct departure. Okay, then you are good to go. Go ahead and lift off, clear those towers, and take off from runway 7.
The one, right?
Yes, that is correct. Get within about 50 meters of the ground. Try and center up on that center line. If you're off to one side or the other, it's not the end of the world.
Yep. Good enough?
Yep, you're fine there.
Alright, take off.
Okay, and then you'll just tilt the nose forward like you're doing. You'll maintain a consistent speed going forward. Once you hit the hangars on your right,
User
then you
joined your
will
channel.
actually gain altitude. Going off a little to the left over here towards the taxiway, but that's alright. Okay, then gain altitude and brake right towards the ocean. Alright, even out along the coastline and go up towards Good Factory.
Roger. I'm very nervous right now. If you... Sorry
I
about
understand completely. I was the same way when I had my pilot training. I can fly great all day long, but then you put me under pressure and I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
That's it?
And then,
Marine Factory. And go to Goods Factory or Marine Factory?
Marine Factory is fine. If you want to continue on up, you can.
I'll continue. My hands are sweating on my joystick right now.
Whenever you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and bank right and put us back towards the Coast Guard base.
Alright. I'm actually a pretty decent pilot, but as you said before, whenever I'm put under pressure, it's not easy. Yep, banking right.
Okay. You're doing a great job with keeping it smooth. You want to keep it a little bit more even, turning around.
Right.
People get scared when we go sideways. I know, I do it too. Very
Every time,
nice.
like, I try to control my throttle, right? It just keeps popping up with my freaking, do you want to turn on your sticky keys option? It's like,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake, no, I don't.
Yeah, you're going about 150 now. You don't need to hammer on your accelerator. You
I'm
can.
actually
You can.
not right now. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll slow down. I'll gain altitude. Approximately 500 meters. Altitude, yeah, basically.
User left your channel. User left your channel.
Yep, that's fine. As per our agreement with the FAA, it is 200 meters over water and 300
User
meters
joined your channel.
over land. So as long
I
as
just
you
hear
are
that.
at or above that, you're fine.
Yeah.
Be conscious of the airfield because you want to make sure that you stay clear of direct airways coming off the
Gotcha.
runway.
Roger.
I just say that because you went over 3-0. Somebody was taking off. That could have ended badly.
Okay. Alright, what do you want me to do now, sir?
Okay, then you're going to come back around, however you need to do it, to land on the helipad we took off from. Or any of the helipads is fine.
I'll just reduce altitude and reduce speed.
Lubbock Air Traffic, be
User left
advised.
your
This is Charlie
channel.
Golf 6046. We will be coming on final approach to CG base.
Right. Mind if I go a little slow and steady? Don't
Nope,
want to
take your time.
You
I'm not.
recommend me going first person or third for this?
I use third person for landing. That's just me though. Whatever you feel more comfortable with.
Alright.
Take all the time you need. It's more important that you get down safely than get down fast.
Yes, sir.
Especially when you have a full crew and possibly a search and rescue as well. And don't worry about getting it directly on the AH. I'm not worried about that right now. As long as you get it within that circle, you're fine.
Pull off. Want me to reposition further? Yep, yeah, I'm definitely gonna reposition further.
Alright, not bad. Yeah, don't feel bad. I did the same thing. I still do it. I come in way too soon because when you're looking in from your third eye, this helicopter does not seem as long as it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Lubbock air traffic, be advised. Charlie Golf 6046. We are wheels down at CG base, helipad 3.
Me to switch off?
Nope, you're fine. We're going to go back around and do it again. Is there anything that you want to ask or anything like that?
Oh, sir. Would you like me to repeat, like, going off from runway 07 again, or just start off and go direction ocean?
Nope, you'll go ahead and take off from the runway just because it is good practice.
No problem.
It's easy to take off over the ocean.
Sir.
Okay, so just to kind of repeat myself, with the FAA, we have a contract that says that we are to remain 200 meters above the water and 300 meters above land. Now, if you're in an active situation, that kind of goes out the window. Nobody's going to yell at you if you need to hover closer to maintain contact.
Yes, sir.
But just for general patrols and everything, you want to stay at least 200 or 300 respectively from the surface.
Right. I'll keep that in mind.
You probably learned in your co-pilot training, but I'll go ahead and reiterate it here. The pilot generally will stay on the ATC frequency, and then the co-pilot or AST will communicate with Coast Guard or CG or SD depending.
Or EMS if they have a casualty.
Right. That just makes it easier so that the pilot's not having to fly and switch frequencies to communicate. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and don't say it over radio or anything, but you can do Lubbock air traffic, be advised. This is Charlie Golf, and then your call sign. We will be departing from helipad 3 along runway 7 for circuits to CG base.
Alright, Lubbock Tower, this is Charlie Golf 6041. We will be departing from... No, sorry, what was it again?
Lubbock air traffic, be advised, since we are on Unicom, but that was fine.
Lubbock air traffic, be advised. Charlie Golf 6041, departing off helipad 3, hover taxi along to runway 07, departing to Southern Bank.
Yep.
Good.
That is fine. You want to include, in this scenario, we are doing circuits, but for a regular takeoff, that was fine. One thing you just got to remember is that when you're communicating with tower, it is requesting. When you're communicating on Unicom and you're talking to Lubbock air traffic, it's be advised.
Be advised, yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and call into Lubbock air traffic since I know we don't have any ATC currently, and then you will be good to go ahead and do the same thing you just did.
Okay.
Lubbock air traffic, be advised. Charlie Golf 6046. We will be airborne over CG base, departing along runway 7 for circuits to CG base. Okay, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Alright. Up. Here we go.
User joined your channel.
And it's not the end of the world if you don't say the exact right thing over radio. As long as you get the point across, you're fine. Careful of these trees, though. Your main rotor is very close.
Okay, yeah, I saw. Don't worry. Good.
Okay, then you want to be within 50 meters, preferably around 30. Taxi down the center line.
Your channel timed out.
You're perfect how you are now. Once you hit these hangars, gain altitude and bank right off into the ocean. Just remember to keep it smooth. It's better that you do it safely than quickly.
Yes, sir.
That was a lot smoother that time.
I get the impression that this guy is just being control.
Okay, and again, we'll go up to the general vicinity of Marine Factory, and then you can go ahead and turn around and come back to CG base.
Roger. Alright, so Marine Factory, reducing speed. Banking right. Turning around, per se.
Very nice. You're maintaining altitude and turning around, and it's smooth. Nice. A little bit better on the nerves this time around.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay,
I
be
said
conscious of that
previously-
runway.
Yes, sir. Foggy, hard to see out of the cockpit.
That's understandable. Usually, I don't ride directly along the coastline. I'll kind of make a straight line. That way, whatever aircraft coming off of runway, what is it, 12, will have a clearance to avoid us if they come down that runway. Lubbock
Sir.
air traffic, be advised, Flag Golf 6046, we are making approach to CG base.
Oops. A little bit hard turn.
Oh, you're fine.
Tell me if I'm close to one of those and those light towers.
You got
Don't-
plenty of room as long as you stay right about where you're at as far as altitude.
I gotta go closer. Reducing altitude.
You are clear.
Oops, a little bit off the H, but
Yep. Like I
just
said,
reposi-
for day one, I'm not too entirely concerned with getting the nailings or the landings nailed down yet.
alright. If you want me to, I can reposition to the H, but yeah,
Yep.
it's up to you.
Go ahead and try to reposition a little bit to your left.
Yes, sir. Oops. I can do that better. 1 second.
Not bad at all. Alright, how much time do you have?
I don't know. Oh, it depends if my mom comes home. I'll
Alrighty.
just say 20, 30 minutes max. Maybe not max, but yeah. I mean, they're still shopping.
Okay.
You switch on and off?
And then nope, I think we'll go through it one more time if you're ready. If you got 20-30 minutes, then that should be enough for say one more circuit, and then I'll run over a few things with you once we put her back down.
Alright. Problem, alright. This is Charlie Golf 6041, spooling up on helipad 3, taxiway, we're gonna hover taxi to runway 07, doing a circus run. Circus, right?
That was good. You'll just once I send you the file and you have it in front of you,
Yeah, I'll get used to
you'll
it,
get a
I'll
lot better
study
at
this.
having it be smooth. But yeah, that wasn't bad at all. Alrighty.
Going up, go for it.
Lubbock air traffic, be advised, this is Charlie Golf 6046. We'll be departing from helipad 3, hover taxi to runway 7, doing circuits to CG base. Oh. Alright.
Did you see that? Oh my god, there's a truck flying on our left. I wish I were joking. Alright.
just be cautious and maintain your speed before you hit the runway next time. I think that was the only
Sir,
thing, is you're going a little bit
will do.
fast.
Yeah, I was going a little fast. Sorry about that.
That's alright. That's why we practice. And again, up to Marine Factory, and then you'll bank back around to Coast Guard Base.
Sir. Alright. Increasing altitude and slowing down. Turning around.
You
There you
were at
go.
about 180 or so on the altitude coming around Marine Factory. Just be conscious of that and try and stay a little bit higher.
Yes, sir. Apologies.
User left your channel.
And then coming along this runway, go ahead and just keep banking left and try to keep your distance from it.
Alright. It's very foggy now.
Lubbock air traffic, be advised. This is Charlie Golf 6046. We are making approach to CG Bass Helipad 3. The CG Bass. Whatever, close enough. I'm gonna hope they knew what I meant.
I'm gonna think it's like a new FOB or some shit.
Right? They're landing on a fish? What?
And my chopper was turning left automatically without me doing anything. That's all good though.
That's okay. We've called in and let them know that we will be coming into CG base, so that tells them that we will be airborne directly after the runway. I wish they would have turned that airfield about 90 degrees one direction so we didn't have a runway coming directly to our helipads, but oh well.
I'm into that, oh well. Sorry. There you
okay.
go.
That was actually a really nice approach, it's just you didn't put the nose back down so it drifted backwards.
Yeah. It's better than before. I'm gonna do better than this. Okay.
Feel free to practice repositioning as much as you need to. There you go. As long as all three wheels are within the circle, you're probably not going to get anybody saying anything to you. Ideally, we'd like the two front wheels to be on the H.
Yeah.
But this is a perfectly fine
User joined your
landing
channel.
for your first day.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and go through, say, the operation is finished, we're back to base, you'll hit the ignition switch.
Sir. Go.
Okay, that's going to kill your main rotor, and then as long as you're not going off duty, that is perfectly fine, you can keep it that way. And then anytime that you get out of the Jayhawk, you need to make sure that you lock it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get out for now. And then my muscles are gonna spasm and I'm gonna get back in.
Alright. My hand is shaking.
You did fine. I'm not dead. I'm happy.
Thank you.
Okay. And then anytime that you land the Jayhawk, like I don't know if you were keeping an eye on the fuel level or anything, but it's at about 3/4. So anytime you put it back down, you never really know how long you're going to be up the next time. So you always want to make sure that it's topped up on gas.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, you know how to use these?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is it good?
Yep. It's good to go now.
I'll drive it away.
And then of course, if there's not a fuel truck on base, you can do a /A in Twitter and get somebody to put one
Yeah,
here.
get Federal Agent D here.
Alright, so with the Jayhawk, if you have or are planning to have or think you might need an AST gunner, you'll always want to make sure that there is a rifle available inside.
Alright.
Most of the time you're going to want to have a rifle inside, but if nothing's going on, like at a time like this where the total population of the island's 21 people, you're probably going to be wasting your money. But
Yeah.
you know, if you suspect that you might need one, it's usually better to have one already ready in there. Then as far as if you're just landing it here, you're going to be still on duty and everything, you can just flip the ignition like you did, and then it'll be fine. Then the hot startup procedure is what you'll need to do when you get back in. You don't need to do the whole thing except for when you first pull it out. If you're flying at night, you need to make sure your collision lights, your cockpit lights, and your regular lights are on.
Yeah.
Actually, those lights should be off when they're parked, but it's not that big of a deal, really.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Nope, that's fine. I should remember to turn those off. It's not the end of the world. It's not like you're not going to get in trouble for leaving your lights on. It's just something that I was told. So, as far as that goes, I'll send you this document. Let me see, what else is there?
No.
Okay. So if you're planning on going to sleep or getting off the island, when you put your Jayhawk down, you'll want to make sure that it is one off the helipads. Ideally, you'll get a hold of a federal agent so that they can move it into the hangar. You can try to park it in the hangar, but I don't recommend it. It doesn't fit. You'll end up busting your main rotor, and it'll just sit there. Otherwise, at times, you do have to go, quickly. It's fine if you park it in the field over across from the hangars. Just make sure that it's not in the way of the spawn point.
Okay.
And then when you are going to be heading off the island, you need to make sure that these switches are all screwed up. You don't want to just leave it with the ignition off. That way, anybody who gets in has to fix it before they can take it off. And then make sure the doors are locked. If you have a rifle, the rifle needs to be inside the Jayhawk, and the Jayhawk needs to be locked.
Problem.
So I think that about does it for day 1. Do you have any questions or anything like that?
No, sir. The link to the file so that I can study it.
Yep, I will send you the verbiage for air traffic control. I will also jot this startup procedure down in a notepad
User
file
joined your channel.
and probably upload it
Yeah,
to
I
Google
actually
Drive.
have it. I already have the startup procedure on
Okay.
a piece of paper.
Do you have the hot start procedure?
I don't. That's not what I have. I only have the cold start.
Okay. Well then, I'll go ahead and write all that down and I'll send it to you because I think we need to have that written down anyway.
Alright, thank you.
And then 126, you know how to work the radio, you know how to work the transponder. Transponder is supposed to be set to standby when you're on the
Standby.
ground and
Yeah,
alt
standby.
when you're in the air. So, okay. I believe that is all that I have got for you as far as day 1 goes. Let me see what else is in here for day 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so for day 2 and 3, you'll be doing a similar kind of thing to what you're doing today with these circuits, you know, takeoffs and landings. On the day 2 and 3, you will actually be the one communicating on the ATC radio.
Yep.
You'll also go over some maneuvers, such as tactical landings, sideways flights, hovering over the ocean to pick up a search and rescue, because you do have to be within 5 meters of the ground for somebody to get in or out of the Jayhawk safely. We also like to do, if the deck personnel is available, have you try to follow as closely as you can to a moving vessel. So somebody in an RBM will be driving and you'll be following them in the Jayhawk.
Right.
Some scenarios like that, and then, you know, your circuits. And that will be basically a lot more hands-on flight training, dealing with ATC and doing maneuvers and scenarios.
User joined your channel.
Day 4 is
Okay.
actually going up with a flight crew. You'll have your AST gunner ideally, as well as a co-pilot. And then you'll basically be on your own. You'll just be supervised to make sure that you are aware of how you're supposed to do everything, and essentially you'll be in charge of the Jayhawk, and we will just correct you if we see anything that is wrong.
Roger.
After day
If
4,
I fail, right?
go
This is
ahead.
a question, like it's an if question. If I fail, do I get to retry, or I'll just be like blacklisted from pilot?
We will work with you. You're not just going to be blacklisted. It just means it might take a little bit longer.
Okay, thank you.
After day 4, basically before you can officially be signed off as a pilot, you'll have to have either 3 hours of flight time or 10 flights, 10 operations, before you can actually be signed off as a reserve pilot.
Sir.
All those flights must be done with a flight crew who can vouch for your flying skills, or with a qualified instructor, which would mean anybody who's capable of flight training you, whether it be myself, Jay, or anybody. Anybody that can train you, somebody has to be in the Jayhawk with you for that flight time.
Right.
And then, after you are certified as a reserve pilot, you will be able to fly the Jayhawk for any scenarios in which you are called for. Within your Guardian unit, which I believe you're Guardian 3 with Jay McCoy, I'm not sure who your...
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Not sure who your... Was it
Yes, sir,
co-pilot
yeah.
or pilot? I don't remember which. I think Jay... Isn't Jay
He's a
AST?
co-pilot.
He's co-pilot? Okay. Well then, with your designated Guardian unit, you will be able to fly. However, if you have a Chief Warrant Officer, they will take priority over you, but they can tell you that you are able to fly, and you'll be able to fly with them. But generally, a reserve pilot means if there's no certified designated pilot, such as myself or
Chief Warrant Officer?
Jamie Sharp, Yes, like chief warrant officers are your dedicated pilots. I believe Nathan Black is also a pilot, but he's more of an instructor than a pilot. So essentially, that will be your role as a reserve pilot. And if you do not have a pilot currently, as you said, if Jay is co-pilot, then that puts you in the position of potentially becoming the pilot for Guardian 3.
Come again? Repeat that.
If Jay is a co-pilot for the Guardian 3 team, then once you were to become a reserve pilot, that would probably put you in the pilot position for Guardian 3. That doesn't mean you can't do AST given that you're AST trained or co-pilot or whatever. That just means that that is what your designated role is, but that is, subject to change as long as everyone who's going into the positions are trained for that position.
All right, I do have a question. What would make me become pilot over Jay? I don't understand that part.
Jay is a petty officer, therefore he is the highest ranking officer of Guardian 3 at this time. He will have priority if Jay is pilot trained, which I'm not sure if he is. I'd have to look.
He was lieutenant of aviation beforehand.
Right. So then, what I'm saying is with Guardian 3, actually I can check this real quick, but if he's the designated co-pilot of Guardian 3, then that means you have an open pilot slot in Guardian 3.
User joined your channel.
Now, given that he is a petty officer and you are a seaman, he will have the ability to pull rank and say that he is going to fly for that particular operation.
I don't care if he flies, yeah. Good guy. He knows how to fly really good. He's really good at flying.
Yeah, so it looks like, he is the designated co-pilot. However, he is able to fly. Obviously, as a former lieutenant of aviation, he can pretty much do what he pleases.
Yeah.
But that is something you have to more work out with him within your Guardian team. Like, I'm the pilot and chief warrant officer over Guardian 1. So I have direct supervision of my team in particular. So at this point, Jay would be the same thing, even though he is a petty officer. But long story short is if you're the designated pilot, then that means you are intended to be the pilot of that team. But with Jay being petty officer, he can say, I'm going to fly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure only chief warrant officers can be pilots. Designated pilots for...
Well, ideally yes, but with the lack of personnel in aviation currently, like the previous pilot of Guardian 1 was only a seaman, but he was a reserve pilot, therefore he was the designated pilot for that aircraft. Then I became chief warrant officer, and then he was put to the designated co-pilot, although he did retain his reserve pilot status, so that he is able to fly, but I take priority. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah. It's because I'm the only AU aviator, and there's a AU chief warrant officer spot. I'm keeping my hopes up once I become a pilot. I would definitely not accept that position if I were being offered that if I were not trained, because I would not only be endangering my life, but I would be endangering others.
Of course, and I think that's a great way to look at it. Jamie Sharp is a chief warrant officer, although I'm not sure what time. I think he's EU.
He's EU, yeah.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So yeah, I believe you're at a lack of Australian chief warrant officers. By SOPs, you are supposed to be a chief petty officer before you're promoted to chief warrant officer. However, it has been done in the past where petty officers can be promoted to chief warrant officer. So essentially, you'll be looking at petty officer at least before you are promoted to a chief warrant officer. More than likely,
makes more sense.
If I were to make a guess, I would say that Jay would go to chief warrant officer, and then you would go up to petty officer. But of course, I have no idea. That's up to command.
Because Jay, I was told that spot was reserved for AU and strictly for AU.
Right. Yeah, there is. Go ahead.
So basically, he would be receiving an EU position if the one opens up. But I know I'm hoping he right now it looks like he's getting the senior chief petty officer position, and I do hope he gets it. He's a good pilot, and he's been here long.
Yeah. Everything in aviation is essentially broken up by time zone. We have a certain amount of petty officers in US, in AU, and in EU that are allowed. So it's not aviation as a whole, it's, say, we have one petty officer position for US. So before I was promoted to chief warrant officer, nobody in North
User
American
left your channel.
aviation could be promoted until I was promoted, because they would be promoted to petty officer, and I was the only allowed petty officer for North America. So now there's an open North American slot for petty officer.
It's true. There are 3 aviation petty officers currently.
Yep, ideally that would be one for each time zone. Let me see.
2 of them are EU. EU.
Yeah.
And one other is other. I think he's from South Africa or something like that. No
Uh,
idea.
Keegan is from South Africa. He's our lieutenant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Jason Ray got promoted. I was like, who the hell's the third co-pilot? Or the third petty officer? I guess, yeah, well, Kevin Sykes is also a petty officer now.
Sykes or Skies?
It's Sykes, but a lot of people call him Skies for some reason.
The roster, it's Skies as well. On the team roster, it's Sykes. Like, Psych.
Yep, so I don't know exactly how many petty officer slots we have per each time zone. However, I know that the North American slots, there's only one for petty officer. Currently, anyway, and then of course that can change depending on the amount of people that we have in general. Alright, so I will write this stuff up and make sure that I have all that documentation. I will send that your way, and then from there I will go ahead and let Nick know, let Jay know, and mark on the roster that day 1 training has been completed. That way that they know to go ahead and start on day 2 and 3. They might recap with you a little bit from today just to make sure that you know what you're doing and everything. But other than that, yeah, it was definitely there wasn't a single time today that I felt like I should fear for my life, so I'd say that's a success for you.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment, I guess.
Well, when I did pilot training, part of my pilot training was done with Keegan, and the only thing Keegan really had to say was, well, we didn't crash, and I'm still alive, still have the same uniform I had, so I'm like, is that a rare occurrence for you? Apparently it's not very common, so...
Alright. Who the hell's that?
I don't know.
Is there
Let's
anything?
find out.
Someone just snuck onto the base.
This is 7-1. Who is this over by the helipads?
Sir? Hey. What's up, man? Oh, your auxiliary.
9171.
Yeah.
Do you require assistance?
I was just looking at the negative.
That's a negative. It is an auxiliary.
Copy.
Hello, sir. Can I get your name, please?
Yeah, what's up? There you go. Marshall Reed.
Alright. Chief Warrant Officer Zane Cora. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, I think we've met before. You used to be aviation, EMS lieutenant.
Yes, that was me. But I left. I get your name. I don't have your name. Something.
Oh, here. Born.
Oh yeah, you used to be an SC sergeant.
Sir.
I just
Someone
never got the
remembers.
chance to get your name. I remember you in your white Crown Vic with the push bar on it. You, anyway.
Oh yeah. I think I used to drive. Yeah, I did. I accidentally forgot. I accidentally added the push bar.
Yeah,
It's
them,
supposed to
them
be
Dodge
undercover.
Chargers with the them all white Dodge Chargers, push bar and a spotlight. Oh, I love them.
Those
They're
are
beautiful.
cool.
Yeah, I was just looking around the base because I haven't seen that part of the base yet. I didn't even know you guys
What's up,
even
bro?
had houses on the base, so
It's the barracks.
it's pretty cool.
What clothing are you wearing? If you don't mind me asking. Like what
Auxiliary clothing.
auxiliary clothing? Oh. I saw
I
Seaman.
don't think
sorry.
it says on my. I didn't take it off.
I saw the Master Chief Petty Officer wear something similar to that.
The only thing part where it says auxiliary is on the vest, I think.
Yeah. United States Department of Homeland Security. Okay, I did not know that Coast Guard. Huh? Well, now I know.
I think I just get the basic hat.
Yeah.
User joined your channel.
Anyways, good luck with your auxiliary program. Hopefully you pass.
I don't think you can really pass the auxiliary
Or
program.
get put up and promoted, something like that.
I don't think you can get promoted either.
Are
What do
you
you do?
auxiliary due to age or?
Yeah, I'm 2 months away from being 17.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So-
Then once you
Like aging,
meet the
I
age
guess.
requirement or you obtain an age waiver, then you can go to Seaman Apprentice or Seaman, depending on how long that you have been in on the auxiliary program, how active you've been and everything.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, auxiliary is kind of just where we defer people who either don't meet the age requirement or if they have
Mature.
not enough time on the island, etc.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know, Zane, that there's a Star Wars version of this helmet?
User
that?
left your channel.
I don't doubt it. We have all kinds of helmets that Jay's made.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It's like the Star Wars one, like Rebel Fighters.
I've seen the Kevin Sykes one, but I've never seen that one before. That's pretty cool.
I mean, like, I'm really excited. Hopefully Plum Island becomes a thing, you know?
What's
heard
Plum
about it?
Island?
It's another island that's like a big one, not like Fisher's Island. It's probably as big as Fisher's Island. Right next, but it's like gonna be like the next one.
Oh,
Hello,
okay.
There's a remote island close to it, and then you can do like, that's more transportation. You can have like a tourism place there.
User
Like
disconnected
that. It
from
would
your
bring
channel.
the
User joined your
aviation
channel.
part and the aviation maritime and economy part better.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Be something better. Oh, not just one straight flat piece of land.
I think in the next big tsunami, they're adding a new pier or something.
What? A new pier? Oh.
Yeah, it was in the trailer.
User in your
and,
channel
like,
timed out.
They're building new cities and stuff like that, and they've got a big business pier that they've finished.
Oh, cool.
But yeah.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Someone sounds like they're starving or drowning of dehydration. I mean, lacking of hydration.
User
Drowning of
entered your
dehydration.
channel.
Now that's a new one.
User joined your channel.
It's 4:30 AM for me, so you know.
12:30.
11:30 p.m. here.
Right now it's like midday for me.
Now, what country are you in?
Australia.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought you were American.
In German.
Fair enough.
Hey, sir. Do you think there will be an ATA on the files?
As soon as I hop out of here, I mean, I could send them right now, but I have to write them up, and
Okay,
I have the
I
ATC verbiage already written. I just have to upload
Alright.
that.
No
The
problem. It's
startup
just you told me
procedures.
to
I'll have to
remind
do
you
that.
in case you forgot, and I was figuring you forgot, but
Nope,
Yeah.
thank you. I have it right here in front of me. Actually, I
problem.
just
yeah, it's okay.
I'm gonna wait until I
That's no
hop
problem.
off here. Be easier than trying to tab
Yeah, it
in and
would
out of
be.
my head.
I understand. You missed the FD dead guy in my truck. Okay, that is definitely not suspicious whatsoever.
I don't know how he got there. He just I just got in my truck and he was dead. swear. Wonder where 9-1 went.
214 ready to check.
Lima Charlie 214. 214.
Christ's sake, Noah. Who this? No, no one's in here. Never mind.
User joined your channel.
God damn it, the commander's online. Cool.
He's not?
He is.
I was gonna say, I was trying to figure out where he went. Is this your white Dodge Ram down here?
No. My car is parked under the solar panel.
User joined your channel.
Okay.
I think that's
I don't know
in
why
Wedge
that-
or something like that.
Anyways, I actually might go and get my freaking Cessna out so I can fly a bit. Hey, I forgot, don't have a license. Shit.
Yep,
You don't want to get caught while flying without a license as a felony right there.
Yeah, that would be a negative. I don't want to have to shoot you down.
I follow the FAA SOPs when I'm in the air though. I'm good at flying as well, there's no freaking CFIs on.
Yeah, I understand.
What am I gonna do? There's no CFI, I don't want to fly. For Christ's sake, I'm in aviation.
Yep, I don't even have a civilian rotary license yet. I need to get one. I'm not sure if, being the fact that I'm a pilot in Coast Guard, if I actually need to do their testing or not, or if I just need to pay them, but there's nobody ever online to ask, so, you know, screw it.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, I have a rotary license, I just need a freaking fixed wing.
I can't fly
Hey,
fixed-wing aircraft to save my life, so I'm just gonna avoid that one.
Yeah, I love flying the Cessna, but it doesn't land on water. I hate flying the Goose at night. Don't fly the Goose at night. That's the strongest recommendation I will ever give you, understood? You'll die. It's not like your piloting skills. It really isn't like your piloting skills, because if you're gonna fly a plane, you require all your instruments to function, correct?
I mean, generally, yeah, it's helpful.
You can't see them at night.
Oh, jeez.
So every time you're flying at night, it's just like you're just flying in space. You have no orientation. You don't know if you're flying upwards, downwards, sideways, or anything. You don't even know if you're tilting because you can't see that altimeter, or your altimeter and your other thing. All you have is your throttle, your speed, and how high you are.
Jeez. Yeah, I have no interest in. Oh, hello, Roman. I see you are here now.
Is this Roman? What's up, man? Long time no see. Last time I saw you, you were a DOJ judge.
Yeah.
Still didn't give me my CCP, Christ's sake. It's all good.
I'm gonna crash like any minute. Fuck.
Do you have your CCP stamp now, Mr. Bourne?
No, it's not stamped, but I have one.
Okay, then you're gonna need to get that stamped now that you're a seaman.
I had one since I was a freaking cadet in the freaking sheriff department.
User left your channel.
I became a sergeant, still didn't have it stamped. Now I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I think I got mine by, was it Skylar that did mine? Simple enough, once you're in Coast Guard, you just go up there and be like, here, stamp this damn thing. They stamp it and go on your merry way.
I told Roman when he was a judge to stamp it, but he was like, nah. Like, what? Not like this.
Alright, well I think I'm gonna head off of here and, yeah, I don't know, do something. So...
Could spool up my alley. Or we can go on a patrol.
Oh, I mean, I gotta my brain, I swear.
You're right. You do you.
No, I
Thank you
have.
for your training.
I gotta be quiet here soon because my girlfriend's gonna be sleeping. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yep, I'm gonna go ahead and move it over to. Well, I don't know if there's any feds online to move it into the hangar. I don't know. I'm gonna go over there and see if I can't get a fed.
I could try flying it into the hangar.
That'll blow up.
That's gonna be a bad idea.
User left your channel.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
I mean, like, if I pass, will I get my reserve pilot certification?
That's not exactly how that works.
I mean, like, you do like a bet. If I crash, then I lose my rank as seaman, and if I park perfectly, I become pilot.
I'm not really one to be agreeing to these kind of deals. And Commander, the hangars on base have very little clearance to actually get the main rotors in those hangars. Generally, we'll have a Fed move
Some
them.
of our aviation guys can do it. It can clearly be done. I've seen it done.
Is that a challenge?
He just called you out. Yeah, boy.
I mean, I'm not saying that I can do it because I can't fly in the first place, but I've seen our guys doing it.
I've gotten
User
close
was
to
moved
getting
out
in
of
there,
your
but
channel.
then the main rotor breaks, and then it's sad.
I've actually gotten in there before. You want to do a bet?
I'm not betting, but I'll try.
Voluntarily resign from Coast Guard if I fail this, but if I pass, I get my pilot's license. Or not. Just messing with you. Gonna be interesting.
Lubbock Airspace, be advised, Charlie Golf 6046 will be airborne over CG base, repositioning to the hangars.
Oh, he's doing it, boys. Got this. I have faith in you. Your hand steady on the joystick. Go too fast, you're going a little too fast. I'll try and help you out. You're a little bit too far to the right. Go further to the left.
Yep,
Further
I
left.
know. I'm just trying to even out before I go in. I'm also going to be too high up.
Yep, go further right. Too high. Way too high. Far right. Go right.
Every damn
Shit.
time.
Broken bone.
You were too high and too much to one side.
Yep, I saw that. I saw it right before it happened.
Yep, you need to be very
United
central
States
and you need
Coast
to
Guard
literally
units.
drag the wheels across the floor. But it can be
We
done.
need you to.
And it's a lot
Coast
easier
Guard
now that
base.
there
We
isn't a ton
had
of shit in this
Jayhawk
hangar.
accident. Roger that. Coast Guard off freak.
The hell?
You know, this not having a cursor thing wasn't that big of a deal until I needed medical supplies.
Hey, we have a whole bunch of people over here. I think that's in a stolen FA vehicle. Could be wrong.
It's a regular goose. I doubt it's stolen, but shouldn't be here.
Oh, never mind. That's not undercover anymore.
The goose is trying to enter the base.
That's what he's trying to do. Is it? By the way, Fox, they broke gooses again. They can't take off on runway, only water.
Seven one to Mr. Bourne. EMS is on scene at the hangar. Hello, sir.
Hey, buddy.
I
Just saved you from dying.
You're the best.
There you are.
Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Require medical attention.
And that is evident. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
If you think that this is just another radio station, then you don't know jack.
Fox, you wanna go ahead and search the plane while I pat him down?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna go find out what FIS is doing.
Radio insanity. The new 101.1 Jack FM. Playing what we want.
No, I'm good. I was just wondering why you were here. I didn't realize he'd called you.
Going on there.
Not much. Just having an argument with aircraft that. Yeah.
The plane is clear, only parachutes.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, they want to go through our base to hit the water to take off. I'm like, take off on the runway, and they're like, we can't. It's too bumpy. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? It's a paved runway. Apparently they fucking.
If they go at 70, they'll take off.
Well, apparently there is just a general issue with the aircraft on the runway at the moment, or something.
Because you can't take off with a goose. It'll blow you up.
Does it work on the water? Or is he going to kill himself there as well?
I'm sure he might.
Might as well test it.
I mean,
To be honest, I would let him do it.
I mean, we're sort of at that point where just fucking get out of here.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
There's no real way to actually know whether it works on the water or not.
Well, my biggest thing was I thought that there was a large hole at the other end, but apparently it's smaller than it used to be. Or than I thought it was, one of the two. And he can't fit through it.
I say let him do it while there's medical personnel and rescue personnel on standby.
Well, if he hurts himself, my Jayhawk's out of commission, so... Well, actually, I think Sykes is still unlocked, so we should be okay.
One over there.
Too fast.
Our aircraft get locked. The individual pilots own them.
Yeah. That's why I told you to push it easier.
Oh boy, let's go standby.
Being nimble is not my strong suit as a pilot.
Benny, it's got things to go drugs.
If that other aircraft is unlocked, you should probably go and take a look at that.
Oh, the car is entering base.
So you're not permitted to enter the... Oh god.
You just ran
into Lord.
Good job. Don't run into a moving car.
I surrender.
My fault.
I'm France.
No, just you're not allowed to be here. Please
I
exit the base.
surrender.
Being nice here. You have to exit the base.
Can we exit from that way? We're trying to get in the plane with him.
That way. Turn around. I'm being nice here.
I never gave them permission to come on. I only
The
gave
co-pilots.
I'm aware. That's what I'm trying to go away.
Get in.
Oh, listen, I'm sorry. I have to. Bye. By now you would have been shot if it was someone else.
Marshall Bulls 2 CG.
Send it.
Hi.
Just helping you out with your job because I love yous. I think the pirate ship's in front of the Marine Factory.
Yeah, someone tweeted it, we know, but our Jayhawk is a little bit dead, and we've also got like 20 fucking people dicking us around right now, so it's, yeah.
We're making history.
I've got like 20 Jayhawks.
Sorry if I offended this.
No, we're good. There's one here that someone left unlocked, and if I find out who it is, they're going to be in trouble, but it's actually convenient right now.
Run it.
Oh.
Go and have a look at that ship. Take Jake with you.
Sir.
Let go.
Go. My god, that fire guy, I swear.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where the hell that radio's coming from.
Alright. Doing a hot start?
Should be a hot start. I don't know how Kevin left it.
Is this Kevin's aircraft?
I believe so, yeah. He was the only other pilot on that I know of.
He's gonna be in trouble.
Okay.
Anyways,
well,
I'll call it on radio. Guardian 1 spooling up on helipad 1.
Jesus Christ. I don't know what the hell he did to this thing, but there we go.
This could be
Hello,
part of my
Space
bylaws.
Chile 6046. We're going to be departing from CG base, heading southbound C. Yeah.
Guardian 1 departing from Coast Guard base, helipad 1. We're going direction Marine Factory to check out the pirate ship.
It would be technically part of your ride-alongs, except for the ride-alongs would have to be ones that
after
you
day
are
4.
After day 4, and you'd have to be the pilot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go off, try to get further away from the coast here. That way, runway, what is that? 12 is not gonna be directly in our way.
It's 3-0.
It's 3-0 this way, yeah, but it's 12 the other way.
Greenhouses area, look for an officer down.
Roger that, we're doing that. Alright, go to greenhouse area first. We're looking for an officer down.
Okay, I can hear them. I just can't talk to them easily.
Okay. Guardian 1 heading to greenhouses first. Get on cams. I've not rendered in yet, so.
Okay, you know how to work the thermals and everything, right?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Am I supposed to be expecting a heat signature?
Well, if they're down, well, actually, yeah, you probably should be able to see them regardless. Let's see if you see any activity down there. There's a SD officer out front.
Any given position on the SD officer down at the area?
It's at the greenhouses right now. There's one SD officer hit twice. He's about to go down, bleeding out.
Where is he exactly?
I don't know where he is, but the vehicle is heading on the MSR towards DOC main highway.
Did a
one moment.
Stolen CVPI?
User left your channel.
Alright, we have eyes. He's on the MSR.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and follow him. Oh shit, we need to find this officer first. I don't see the officer at all.
Yeah, we have no eyes on the officer down.
Let him know we're gonna go ahead and follow in that CVPI.
We'll follow that CVPI.
Copy. 9-1, we're gonna have a look in the area on the ground. See if we can't find the officer.
Roger.
It is a CVPI. The driver is wearing a cadet uniform. He is not a cadet.
Roger.
Do you guys have eyes on it or negative?
Left your channel.
Currently negative. There are 2 CVPIs. I think the second one is the police chasing it, but the other one is out of sight. I'll check thermals.
Copy that. Just keep looking around for it. I'll let you guys updated if
Make sure
there's
you
anything on the frequency.
watch the forest. They like to go off-road.
Yeah, the one below us. I'm not sure if that's ours or not. I'll contact SD. Coast Guard or Sheriff Department? United States Coast Guard to the Sheriff Department? Hello?
I'm not sure if truck and trailer crashes.
Yeah, what is your current location? I believe you did report a stolen vehicle.
We're heading towards is it Elk City now?
So is that you or the stolen vehicle? Roger, yeah, I have eyes on it.
Is this the one going across the bridge?
Wearing a
Okay.
officer uniform. No, he's right below us. He's right below us on the intersection.
on that guy.
It's a good factory.
Alright,
Coast Guard off frequency. Yeah, we have eyes on the stolen CVPI. He's currently stationary on the intersection. Right next. What?
Just keep eyes on.
Yeah, we'll do. It's currently on the T intersection just before Truck and Trailer and Elk City. Stationary. Now he's moving slightly, not much though.
There's two other vehicles there next to him.
Yeah, two other vehicles. I believe there's a marshal vehicle and a civilian Liberty vehicle that we saw earlier on the base.
Do you still have eyes on the cadet?
User joined your channel.
Yeah, but he has deputy tags right next to him. On his uniform.
Is he on foot right now out of the CVPI?
No, he's currently still in the CVPI, stationary though.
Copy that.
User joined your channel.
Trailer, correct?
User joined your channel.
Roger.
Moving towards truck and trailer now.
Yeah, moving towards Truck and Trailer now. I'm really confused right now. Is that the one we're chasing, or is that the one
I
that's the
think
civilian one?
so.
I mean, like, I see, we told her it was a cadet uniform, but I see a deputy uniform, and the marshal ain't doing anything about it.
That might not be
It's
a real
friendly.
marshal.
Contact them.
Guardian 1, he's gonna be getting back into the vehicle, is what it's sounding like from SD.
User left your channel.
United States Coast Guard to the United States Marshals, I copy. United States Coast Guard to the United States Marshals, how copy? Hello? Anyone there? Not it. He's going on currently to Boulder City right now, speeding. CVPI. It's not. It's definitely
going
not.
around Elk, or is he going through truck and trailer?
He just passed Truck and Trailer. He's passing Boulder City right now.
Yeah, we're gonna go through Elk just to be safe.
Roger.
Just keep eyes on him, Guardian 1.
Roger that.
They go into Boulder, or do they continue on MSR?
I'm not sure.
What's the location now?
We've lost eyes. Last seen passing Boulder. We'll contact Sheriff Department for an updated location.
I'll contact them, it's fine, it's fine.
Roger.
Okay, we're gonna swing over Boulder and see if we can see him.
Heading up the MSR towards Weapons Factory. They're trying
Roger.
to pick up, you guys gotta get
Yep, Weapons Factory. Weapons Factory. Into Weapons Factory in the MSR.
Guardian 1, he's heading up the Freeman Mansion is what they're saying.
User
Roger.
left your channel.
He's stopping right now.
This is gonna be a shit show.
He's going off-road on the north side towards the beach. Towards the furniture store.
Oh.
I think this beach off to okay, good.
50 at that furniture store.
1050, okay. The hell's a furniture store up here though?
It's right below us. Right below us. Is he has a gun?
He's out of the vehicle. Do you have eyes, Guardian 1?
He's right below a tree. No, we do not have eyes. He's in the house, correct?
Yeah, Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Alright, yeah, I had eyes, he has a gun out, and he's taking cover behind the CVPA. Oh, he's right now on top of the house. He just went in the house. I think he locked himself in there. Oh, he's coming back down the stairs. Oh, he's inside the house, first floor.
This house right below is the yellow one, right?
The one with the CVPA.
Oh, okay, I see.
He's coming back up the stairs. He's now locked himself in the room. He's opened the door again. He's now exited. Now he's outside of. He's on his balcony. No visible weapon. You're clear to breach in. He's just messing around at the balcony upstairs.
User joined your channel.
It looks like he's surrendering. He's put his hands up. He kneeled down.
Guardian 1, make sure he does not leave the area.
Yeah, currently he has his hands up. He's kneeled down.
Now was he?
Yeah, he surrendered.
Where'd those other 2 cars he had go?
He only had one.
It wasn't there the Mustang and the Tahoe?
Oh no, it wasn't. We're confused.
I'm usually confused.
Yeah. Yep, he's still surrendered upstairs.
Alex, I'm gonna stay near you. We're gonna stay next to each other, just make sure.
User joined your channel.
Roger. I'll tell you if he moves. He's upstairs on his porch with his hands up and kneeled down. He's ending his surrender. Negative, he just ended his surrender. He's now running down the stairs.
Rear of the house.
He's the first floor. Yeah, I believe he locked himself in the house. We can just drop down 3 officers if we need to. Land on the port side. Should we do that?
Well, no, I'm gonna stay up here so we can keep eyes. I'm just trying to go down so we can see in these windows a little bit better. See if we can get an eyes on him. Yeah, I see him
he's
now.
just sitting there. We should pick up 3 officers and drop them off on the top of the roof.
User left your channel.
I think they probably will be fine with what they got. You can ask if they'd like to do that.
Would you like us to pick up a few personnel on the ground and then drop them off on top of the roof?
I mean, you could, but we're calling FIFR to get an X, apparently.
Roger. They're getting an X.
EMS is en route, but they said they're dealing with another situation right now.
But I think it would be faster if Guardian 1 would touch down on the ground and a few people boarded.
I'll collect a couple of people.
Roger, okay, we're touching down on the helipad.
Lubbock airspace speed by Chicago 6046. We'll be putting wheels down at King's Landing Homes.
12.
Gun out, gun out.
Alright, wheels on ground. All aboard.
Alright, let's go. We're good, we're good. Hey, just give me a shot.
You know you're alone now.
Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine.
He's shooting.
Shot fired.
Shoot back.
Where is he?
Where are you?
You gotta get me a better shot. You gotta get me in a better shot. I can't see anything. You're like the tires are horrible.
Shit, watch a tree.
I see it. I see it.
I can't get him.
Good, Zane.
Move me up. I'm reloading. closing. He's closing. Okay, okay. He closed the door. He closed the door. He locked himself in. I definitely did hit him. 100%. I did.
I just dropped down. Wanna drop out of the alley?
If you jump out now, you'll be on your own up there.
I know. I'm waiting for. I'm not gonna push him. I'm waiting for additionals. Guardian 1, go ahead and pick up Fox.
Negative.
Or somebody.
Want me to drop in?
The officer or something.
Yeah. I'll drop in if you want me to.
Himself in the little room.
Commander, should I drop in? I'm co-pilot currently.
Pick up Keith and take him up to the roof. He's right here by the helipad.
Okay. You heard him. Pick up Keith. He's by the helipad. It's edgy. Alright, we picked up Keith.
Hurry up, please.
Commander, do you want me to drop out as well?
Drop Keith on the roof to support Noah.
Roger.
We still need a fire axe because he still has his door locked.
I know.
What sirens? Is that EMS or negative?
Negative, it's an SD unit.
Alright, I think, do you need any additionals up on the roof?
Somebody, okay.
He gave us the
You're just gonna have
time.
to wait for EMS to show up. If you want to contact EMS, see what their ETA is.
I'm gonna double check with them.
Zane, let's get wheels on the ground again and pick someone up. We can get additional slow. He's not gonna open the door. What do we do? Alright, Guardian 1 is gonna pick up one more personnel to hop onto the roof. Send someone over.
Be advised, we're looking at about a minute, supposedly, for EMS to get a...
That's enough time to gather as much people we can on the roof.
Well, you gotta leave somebody down there.
Yeah, we don't want to pile up people on the roof.
Yeah, I know, I'm saying pile up,
No more
but...
than 3.
Yeah.
No, wait, don't put him on the roof yet. Don't put him on the roof yet. Wait for that. Wait, let that guy pick up the axe and then put him on the roof. Keep him on the ground until we use the axe.
For that, sir?
Yeah.
So just be careful. You're right next to him. Are you wounded, sir?
I'm good.
Talk to the pilot, but okay. To hear that you're also good.
Tip, I'm fine.
Right.
Just holding himself in the corner. He's just sitting there.
Can we pick up the EMS guy? Shouldn't that be? Oh, he's here. Never mind. EMS is on scene.
Copy that. Get the axe quick.
Alright, whoever gets that axe needs to get in this damn chopper.
Relax, calm down, it's fine.
Whenever you feel like I need to take control, if you get shot or anything, just tell me and I'll do it.
I appreciate it, I will do. I should be okay.
Right.
If we take too much damage, we'd be better to wave off, but I'm not going to leave them on the roof.
Coming to you, buddy. That's all I gotta tell you.
Yep, they're using the axe to break in the entrance.
Oh, he's opening the whole door for everybody down there?
That's offensive. He's going to break his way through each door up to you. That way, if things happen, we can get guys up through the building.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only door you actually have to
User
open.
joined your channel.
With this door, I can't break the glass doors down.
Hey, there's one in the back here. Excuse us.
I think I just heard him say you can't break down that door.
That's affirmative. He's going to try the back door.
Roger.
I've seen these doors get broke before. I remember we had a situation in Rising Hill where we did it.
Yeah, there's a connection.
Funny thing is, right, my house is right next to this. It's right behind us.
Hopefully they'll try not to take out any of your windows.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
It's open, yep. Yeah, the guy's still in the corner. Upstairs, breach.
Yeah, I know. He was coming by the door and we're getting ready to open it, but he packed up again.
Does the FIFR person need to be on the roof?
Assume so.
Yeah, at this point, that's probably our only option. But assuming that you can even go onto the roof in the helicopter.
That's fine.
He just dumped his clothes and put on a mask. There's a civilian that just rolled up in the front entrance. Can we get a unit there? People entering. Civilians entering the compound. 2 civilians.
Alright. I think he called for backup.
Yeah, we got units going over there now. Oh, it's fucking Tarvis.
Yep. Just with Jason here.
Helicopter. He's gonna get lifted.
Let's go. Let's drop the MS. Would you like to drop me off as well for assistance?
10-4.
Talk to
David
the pilot.
37's not coming up with the firefighter. Hold on.
Hang on, medic. Hang on.
Hey, medic, you're gonna have to open that and run quickly. Take cover.
User in
Take off. You're blocking the officer's ability. Never mind. Good.
It slides to the right. Slides to the right. Oh, Bryce, you're gonna have first contact.
Ready? You ready?
You might want to get over here.
Ready?
Just get over here.
Opening door.
Just get over.
3, 2.
He's down.
Suspect
Suspect down.
Suspect down.
Ray, did you get hit or no? You good?
Good job, guys. Good job.
At the cuffs.
This was well executed. Good job.
That was very well done, gotta say.
You gotta talk over radio or frequency, 'cause I can't hear you.
Let's take him in custody. I think we can roll out. If you guys, or you guys want to do a 360 for them until they transport.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll stay on scene for now.
We have 2 civilians in front of us at this house
Yeah,
over to our left.
I just saw as well.
In custody. And once we know that
Leave
that's
him
all
there.
good, and
Jason Aiden, I
then
know
we'll
him.
fuck off.
Friend of mine.
Suspect is in cuffs.
Good job, gentlemen. It was a very well executed operation.
I beg
All
to
aboard.
differ. There's a
User
large
joined your
degree of
channel.
panic and yelling, but
Well,
we got it
on
done.
Guardian 1's end, it seemed pretty good. But yeah. Good job.
What's up?
Enter the side, look at the side of the door, and then enter as passenger.
Do we know where the suspect went?
I'm in the wall.
What?
Wall.
He's in this side wall over here.
Christ's sake.
Suspect's in the wall right now.
Through the other side of the wall.
The only option I'm seeing is I drop one of you guys over there on that ledge and we can try and move him down safely. Go onto a car or something.
Guardian 1, you're gonna have to drop a
Or fed.
Guardian 1's the safest transport, but up to you.
Guardian 1 can't drop you on that ledge, there's a tree in the way.
Copy that. I'm gonna try to get him.
Oh yeah.
Be right back soon, and also.
Ready, sir? I'm gonna have to call a fed for you.
Yeah, you can try.
Ghost car.
No, Fox is right. There's a tree right there. That's probably gonna end up in my main rotor going out.
True.
Hey, Chopper, put me up on the very top if you can, and I'll just hop down there, grab them that way.
I think they already got a fed coming. But yeah, hang on. Hey, is there already a fed coming to pull him down?
He's down on the ground floor.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys down on the ground.
Anyone, if you want to pick me up after you drop all of those 4 officers or whatever down.
4-4 signing on. What's the current situation?
We just had, I guess you could say a terroristic
Situation is code 4. We're done.
Copy.
We're good. Work, boys. I think I was the only one who hit him out of all the SD. Raid kind of hit him, but he got in front of me in a little bit. He got himself shot.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of you guys, I don't know if it was you or who it was, but a lot of you guys were hitting the door jam.
Yo, once you get back to CG base, right, I'm gonna have to go, okay? But by the way, I'm not gonna be in my head until then. When I see you in CG base, I have to go. Sorry. Mom's home. Thank you, though, for everything.
Not a problem.
I'll be on TS, so you can link me the things there.
Guardian 1, you can RCB. We're mostly done here. He's got to be transported to the clinic, but that'll be on SD. We're just going to make sure that they get him in the ambulance and leave, okay?
Guardian 1 copies. We will be RTB at this time. Lubbock air traffic be advised, Psycho 6046. We will be departing from King's Landing, heading into the ocean.
User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User in your channel timed out.
airspace be advised. Charlie Golf 6046 making approach to CG base. Alright, you're good to get out. Oh, it's Will. How you doing? I didn't realize anyone else was on base to laugh at me, so I decided to try to reposition after that first landing. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Guardian 1 has put wheels back down at CG base. Alright, we're back. If you want to hop out. I gotta have a Fed do something with this helicopter.
Be advised, we currently have a blue Silverado. No, disregard.
Repeat the last transmission, you kind of cut off in the middle there.
Disregard.
Copy.
This is 7-1. Mr. Bourne is out of his head in the co-pilot seat of Kevin's Jayhawk here. I'm getting ready to head off for the night. I've contacted a federal agent to hopefully impound this Jayhawk. Nobody showed up yet though.
Copy.
Okay.
Then I got let off on the roof, and then I gunned him down. Wait, like, I guess you could say ERT team kind of helped.
User
but, like,
left your channel.
He got himself shot. He walked right in front of my shot when I was shooting at the guy, and he was the only reason he got shot. He just crashed. Wait, let's see this GoPro.
Alrighty.
Well, I can tell you that you're yelling now.
Yeah, I'm yelling now. He's
Please
crashed,
don't
by
be.
the way. I mean, we're at base. There ain't nobody near.
I know, but like, just don't be on yelling unless you actually need to be heard a long way away.
What if the auxiliary wants to hear?
Because if you say something you shouldn't and someone just happens to be close enough to overhear it.
I'm watching the video now to see if I accidentally switched it or was it a...
Alrighty. Well, I've screwed the buttons all up in that Jayhawk. Obviously, I'm not able to lock it. Mr. Bourne's still in the co-pilot seat because he had to go out of his head. I don't think there's any feds online or awake or whatever currently to get rid of it.
There are a couple here,
Oh my
but they're busy.
gosh. I spammed. I either. Can you hold it? No, you can't hold it. So I must have. I hit it like 6 or 7 times in the GoPro. And it just landed on yelling. Like, I went from whisper to yelling to whisper to yelling. Like, 2 times in a row.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh my. And then I just switched it again. I went from yelling all the way back to yelling. Like, I keep switching it for some reason. I swear that might just be like a tendency I have of control. Oh my. Let's see.
User joined your channel.
I have a bad habit of whenever I switch stances, I click my radio.
It wasn't that I clicked my radio, as I kept on going on yelling by accident.
Yeah.
I probably pressed it maybe 12 times. Like, in that whole situation, probably at least 20 times, because how many times I was on the roof. But when I was on
User
the
left your
ground,
channel.
I pressed it maybe, what I'm counting right now is 12 times already, and I haven't even... There I go, I just switched it again, now I'm back on whisper. Oh my gosh. Well, now I know something to fix it myself. Like, control my keys, I guess you could say. Let's go ahead and file this force.
Alrighty, well I'm out of here because I got paperwork to do before I head off.
Au revoir.
Do you have GoPro of that one shot you fired?
No, of course not. What you should be asking is, are you going to file use of force?
Well, I wasn't sure if you needed my GoPro for something. Some people always
You
ask
wouldn't
for
see
it.
me fire. I was nowhere near you.
I thought you fired while I was still on the ground.
Channel switched.